Hello, my name is Juniper, and I'm 37 years old. I never thought I'd have a story like this to share, but here it is. Get ready, everyone, because it's quite a ride. One sunny afternoon, my in-laws, Margaret and Julian, came to our house after a long-awaited vacation. They had always wanted to visit America, and I was happy to have them stay with us. Since they lived in France, we didn't get to see them often. From the times we did spend together at family reunions and chatting online, I thought everything was fine between us. But I was wrong. Without me knowing, my mother-in-law and father-in-law were planning something bad to hurt my daughter and me, and I didn't realize it for a long time. I had no idea their visit would uncover a hidden layer of bitterness and hostility behind their friendly appearance. "How are you?" "I'm good, Grandma." "Hi, Grandpa." "How was your flight?" "It was tiring." "I'm really exhausted. I need a nap." "Not before you have some refreshments first." "Ah, Juniper, you spoil me." "Hello, Mom. Hello, Dad. I'm glad to see you're doing well." Yes, my son. We made it. Thank God." "Hey, speak English, you two. We want to be part of the conversation too. This is just your cue to brush up on some French, dear." From this conversation, you'd think we were just a big, happy family. I thought so too. But what happened next will make you rethink those overly nice family members you have. You see, if it wasn't clear before, I'm married into a French family, taking on a new culture and language with my husband, Nicholas. While I hadn't become fluent in French, I knew enough to sense when something was wrong. Margaret and Julian always acted warm and loving when Nicholas was around, hiding their true feelings about me and my daughter, Ashley. I began to see their true colors when my husband went to work. As a housewife, I spent most of my days at home, taking care of our household and family. With my in-laws visiting, I made sure to be home so we could catch up. Ashley had just finished her freshman year of university and was home for the summer, so she and I finally had time to spend with our relatives. I hoped for a joyful and harmonious time together, filled with games, laughter, and truly getting to know each other better. At first, everything seemed fine. But as the days went by, I noticed a strange pattern. My in-laws started speaking exclusively in French, deliberately excluding Ashley and me. We tried to be polite and didn't say anything out of respect. One day, Ashley asked, "Mom, why are they always talking in French now?" "Oh, sweetheart, it's okay. That's the language they're most comfortable with, so we need to be understanding." "I get that, but it's happening all the time now. I thought we'd get to hang out with them and have a great time together." "We will, sweetie, we will. Let's just give them time to adjust to America. It must be a lot for them to handle, okay? It'll get better. I know it will." So Ashley and I dismissed it as just a harmless quirk. But as days turned into weeks and their conversations grew harsh whenever I entered the room, my suspicions deepened. It became clear they were intentionally isolating us, keeping secrets within their private French exchanges. Ashley grew more and more curious about their behavior, feeling hurt because she really wanted to connect with her cool French grandparents, but they were making it very difficult. In an attempt to bring us closer together and bridge the gap that was forming, one day I proposed we play a game. The rules are simple. We'll go around telling each other 2 truths and 1 lie, and the rest of us will guess which one is the lie. Oh, that sounds fun, and it would be a good way to get to know each other. To our surprise, both Margaret and Julian didn't seem excited about the game. They looked bored and slightly irritated, sensing their discomfort and trying to be a good host. I decided to scrap the idea and ask them what they would like to do instead. "I would like to drink some tea and chat with my husband." "Oh, okay. Is it okay if Mom and I join?" "No." His outburst shocked us, but he quickly recovered. "I mean, no, my dear. We just would like to enjoy a quiet afternoon." "Okay, we understand. We're older, and these kinds of games may not be our thing. But you two never talk to us. You're always speaking in French. How dare you talk to us like this? So disrespectful. Were you raised on a farm? How dare you speak to my daughter this way? She's just a kid. She wants to hang out with you guys, but you're making it difficult. How can you say something so mean?" "Whatever. Let's go, Julian." Julian and Margaret stood up from the table, speaking loudly in French, not bothering to hide their words. I couldn't understand exactly what they were saying, but from their tone and body language, it was clear they were talking about us, and it wasn't nice. I felt too embarrassed to tell Nicholas when he came home that evening. I was afraid he would notice the tension at dinner. To our surprise, both Margaret and Julian were suddenly very nice to us, as if nothing had happened earlier. We were chatting as if we were one big happy family, but Ashley and I couldn't shake off the feeling that something wasn't right. Days later, fueled by curiosity and feeling betrayed, I decided to take action. While Margaret and Julian chatted in the living room, I discreetly reached for my phone and hit record. With shaking hands, I captured their voices and words, hoping to uncover the truth hidden in their secret conversations. After successfully recording their voices, I gained confidence. One day turned into 2, then 3, then 4, and soon I had collected recordings of their conversations spanning a week. I carefully gathered evidence, documenting whenever they spoke. I only had basic knowledge of French, so I couldn't understand everything they said. But as I listened repeatedly, I caught some rude words. I was afraid of what I might find if I translated everything, but I knew I had to uncover the truth. Luckily, I had a friend who spoke French. Camille was from Senegal and moved to the States as a baby. Although she grew up as an American, her immigrant parents made sure she could still speak her native language. She was the perfect person to help me decipher the information. I called her and asked her to come over. Once she arrived, I took her to the back of the house so Margaret and Julian wouldn't see her. Camille and I found a moment alone outside to talk. I poured my heart out to her, sharing all the strange behavior and my growing suspicions. Camille was incredibly supportive, promising to help me uncover the truth. From what you're saying, it sounds like you're talking about some shady stuff. But don't worry, I'll do my best to help. Thanks, love. You're a lifesaver. Just being a best friend. As I played the audio for Camille, her face went pale, and she started trembling. Camille, what's wrong? I can't breathe. Panic attack. She was gasping loudly for air, and I started to feel scared too. I never expected her to be so overwhelmed by what she heard. Fear gripped me as I tried to calm her down, doing my best to provide comfort. I hurried inside to get a glass of water and helped her lie down in the cool shade to calm down. I served her and massaged her skin until her attack subsided. Thankfully, I managed to help her without raising suspicion from Margaret and Julian, who were probably still gossiping inside. Ashley happened to be near her bedroom window and overheard the commotion. Worried, she rushed downstairs to check on us. I explained what happened, telling her that I secretly recorded her grandparents, and it was so disturbing that it caused Camille to have a panic attack. We were both horrified by what we might uncover when Camille was ready to talk. Once she had fully recovered and was safe in my bedroom with Ashley, Camille apologized for her reaction. Don't you dare apologize. You did nothing wrong. What matters is that you're safe now. Julian and Margaret didn't see you. They're outside in the front lawn, so Ashley and I managed to bring you upstairs. You really scared us, Camille, but I'm relieved you're okay. I probably should have warned you about my panic and anxiety attacks, but I wasn't expecting to hear such awful information. Tell us, Camille, what were they saying? Camille took a deep breath and a sip of water before relaying what she heard on the recordings. Juniper, Ashley, there's no easy way to say this. It seems Margaret and Julian want to. They want to sell Ashley on the black market to some really awful people. Both Ashley's and my jaws dropped. We were shocked. What on earth? That's not all. They said they wanted to sell you to Juniper. They planned to fake your deaths in a car accident and make it look like your body's burned up in flames so there's no evidence. They thought they'd make a lot of money from Ashley because she's young. I feel sick. They were so cold and heartless about everything, you guys. Like they didn't care at all that they were going to sell you to such twisted people. That's why I had a panic attack. I'd never heard someone talk so openly about such a terrible crime. You can take a break if you need to, both of you. It's a lot to handle. Why aren't you crying? Aren't you sick, Mom? Of course I am, but right now, I'm just angry. They threatened to hurt you, Ashley, and for that, I will never forgive them. They said more awful things, but I'll spare us the details, at least for now. Camille, Ashley, and I felt extremely scared and sick. We couldn't believe we'd been living with criminals for a month. I was filled with rage. I wanted to confront them, but Camille stopped me. June, I understand you're upset, but you can't go down there and confront them. What do you mean? They threatened my daughter's life. I know, Juniper. I just don't think it's safe for you to confront them without a plan. You live with these people. Who knows what they might do if they feel threatened? You're right. We have an advantage because we know their plans. We can't lose that. So what's the plan? We're getting out of here. What? Yes. Pack your essentials and lock your door, just in case. I'll do the same. Camille, help Ashley while I call Nicholas. Okay, we'll be back when we're ready. Once they left the room, I couldn't hold back my tears. I felt so overwhelmed by everything I had heard, but I was relieved to know the truth, even if it was painful. I called Nicholas and told him everything. I explained how his parents had been treating us, the rude outburst towards Ashley, and the recordings with Camille's translations. I'm sure you'll understand what they mean. Camille didn't give all the details, but enough to know we're not safe here. I'm taking Ashley to Camille's house after I finish packing, but I had to tell you everything. I know it's a lot to take in. Yeah, that's a lot. I'm sorry I didn't tell you sooner about the other stuff. I thought I could handle it. I didn't want to upset you. Let me listen to the audio, okay? I'll get back to you. We ended the call, and I continued packing, keeping an eye on the window to see if Margaret and Julian were still outside. When I finished packing, Camille and Ashley returned to my room. Just then, I received a call from Nicholas. He sounded extremely upset. Who wouldn't be after finding out their parents were criminals? He said we needed to leave immediately and that he'd meet us at Camille's place. We quietly got into the car parked in the garage and drove off. Margaret and Julian saw us leaving and called me, but I ignored the phone. Once we arrived at Camille's house, I called the police and directed them to Margaret and Julian's house. 30 minutes later, Nicholas arrived at Camille's place. We hugged and cried for a while Camille updated us on the police raid. The police had arrested Margaret and Julian. Nicholas explained that before coming to Camille's, he had stopped at the police station to give them the evidence I had sent digitally. With the evidence, it was easier for the police to handle the case. Although we weren't there to see it, I'm sure Margaret and Julian were shocked as the police stormed into our home. They were swiftly arrested due to the serious crimes they were accused of. The once proud couple now stood exposed as the criminals they truly were. News of their arrest quickly spread throughout the community, causing shock and disbelief among our acquaintances and neighbors. It was surreal to experience such a dramatic event in our ordinary lives. The revelation of their involvement in human trafficking shocked the town, destroying the image of respectability they had carefully crafted over the years. The legal proceedings were difficult, but the evidence I gathered helped build a strong case against them. Their actions were exposed in court, leaving no doubt about their guilt. The jury, horrified by their crimes, unanimously found them guilty on multiple charges related to human trafficking and conspiracy. As the judge delivered the verdict, there was a sense of relief and satisfaction in the courtroom. Margaret and Julian, once respected by Nicholas, Ashley, and me, now faced the consequences of their actions. They were sentenced to long prison terms and would also face trial in France, where laws regarding such crimes are stricter. This meant we wouldn't see them for a long time, and given their ages, they would likely spend the rest of their lives behind bars. They were considered a serious threat to our family, and their sentences ensured they would be kept away from society. Good riddance. Their arrest and conviction made national news, serving as a warning to others who thought they could commit such crimes without consequences. It was a victory for justice and a reminder that everyone is accountable under the law. While the legal process dealt with their crimes, Ashley, Nicholas, and I focused on healing and rebuilding our lives. The betrayal by Margaret and Julian left lasting scars, especially for Nicholas. But we stood together, supporting each other as we navigated the aftermath of their arrest and worked to overcome the trauma we had endured. Our bond grew stronger through it all. Ashley, how are you feeling these days? You've shown incredible strength through everything, I asked, breaking the heavy silence that filled the room. Ashley took a moment to gather her thoughts before responding, her eyes reflecting a mixture of resilience and vulnerability. Honestly, Mom, some days are still really tough. But overall, I'm feeling better. Therapy has helped a lot, and expressing myself through art has been therapeutic. I still have moments of fear and doubt, but I'm learning to cope with them. Nicholas reached out, gently squeezing Ashley's hand in support. We're so proud of you, Ashley. You've handled this with such courage and grace. Remember, we're always here for you, no matter what. I nodded in agreement, feeling a swell of pride and love for my daughter. Yes, Ashley, we're here to support you every step of the way. We've come a long way, but there's still healing to be done. Let's continue to lean on each other and move forward together. With renewed determination and a shared sense of resilience, we embrace the challenges ahead, knowing that as a family, we could overcome anything. It hasn't been easy, Mom, but I'm making progress. Art has become my safe place, a way to express and let go of the pain, and therapy is helping me see things differently and trust again. We're so proud of you, Ashley. Your strength inspires us every day. We're here for you always. That's right, sweetheart. We're in this together, supporting and lifting each other up as we move forward. We've come a long way, and our future looks brighter. Thank you both. I don't know where I'd be without your love and support. We've faced challenges, but we've grown stronger. Now we have the chance to take back our lives and make a positive difference. Absolutely, my love. We've faced the darkest of times, but we've emerged stronger than ever. We won't let others' actions define us. Together, we'll build a future full of love, happiness, and fulfillment. We're a family, unbreakable. We've proven that. Let's keep supporting each other, healing, and building the life we deserve. We're stronger than ever, and we'll embrace every opportunity. The conversation was filled with a mix of emotions, from past pain to hopeful anticipation. As we continued our journey, we found comfort in each other, knowing we could overcome anything together and create a life of love and joy.